Two-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neal Ruhl. Sit back and relax. It's time for your daily dose of Big D energy.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy right here on the Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, my guy Lindsey Hunter, back with us today. We have Sam Flannel, we have Spencer Raxter, and we are live at Oakland Hills, one of the preeminent golf courses in America. It's the American Cancer Society golf outing out here today, and D-Mac's playing, right? Like D-Mac's out there on the course, so D-Mac is out there playing. Lindsey, I don't quite have the juice to get into this field, but of course D-Mac does, so appreciate you stepping in, brother. How are you?
No problem, man. I'm not a big golfer. I think I'm like an 8 or 9 handicap, but I just started, so I should get better soon.
Athletes usually do. Athletes usually do, but we are out here today. Linz, I did want to talk about this a little bit. I had a great parenting, and yes, we're going to get into the Detroit Lions, obviously. Apparently, Jameson Williams is a bust again. We'll discuss. I was told that coming in today, so we're going to get to that. And it's time. Like, tomorrow's August, all right? It's football. We're in it. This is the regular show now. This is the regular rotation, how it's going to go. We're talking football pretty much all the time in. But with all that being said, I am going to get into some of the stuff. But, Lindsey, you and I were talking right before we went on the air. And over the weekend, I was at my son's jiu-jitsu tournament. And, he lost the first match. And then he got matched back up with the guy he lost. He was losing again. And then I saw, a change come over him. And I was talking to him after. And he said, Dad, I had enough. I wasn't going to lose anymore. And, Lindsey, for me, as a parent, that was great to have him lose. I don't know if that makes any sense. Am I a bad parent because of that, man? Am I a bad guy? I wanted him to lose because I want to see how does he bounce back, man.
Right. Well, it's all part of sports. I mean, as you and I were talking about it, kids have to fail at a certain point to even realize if I really want to do this. Am I willing to fight through all the adversity it takes to be good at something?
Right.
That's part of life. That's a great life lesson because, as we all know, life isn't going to go perfect all the time and everything's not going to be smooth. You have to learn to fight through adversity, and that's a great lesson. And we always want them to fail in an environment where we can help them. If they never failed as kids and they grow up and get in the real world, now, you have nobody to turn to and help you. Now they do.
Yeah. So again, we were watching the UFC fights. It was a big fighting weekend per se. But
yes.
Again, we are out here live at Oakland Hills. We are getting it in. Saw a lot of fights on Saturday. That's the moral of the story, Lindsey. There was a lot of fights going on throughout the evening. If Spencer Raxter was a UFC fighter, he'd be Derek Lewis, man, coming out there, the heavyweight. Throwing the flying knees, Spenny. I was thinking about you, bro.
Hey, that's what it's all about. I love to see it. That was a crazy card this weekend. I was over my boy Stash's with some of the guys, and it was just fun to watch. And, that finish, no one saw that coming. It was beautiful, though.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Rack says, I can't wait for the day Neal comes in and tells the story Cristiano wouldn't put his dishes in the dishwasher, then Cristiano made him tap out. So that day's coming. I know that day. I know that day is coming. But again, Lindsey, got a big-time show lined up. We're going to talk a lot about the Detroit Lions. But the breaking news, I guess, we are going through the cycle, though, Lindsey. I will say that because I said we get into August, we start the football discussion, and away we go. And throughout the calendar, I talked about this in May when people were tweeting out stories of 7-on-7 drills. I said I don't participate in that. Lindsey, there's another thing I don't really participate in a lot. I know some of the beat reporters were talking. I guess Jameson Williams dropped a couple passes at practice today.
Right.
So now he's a bust, Lindsey. I was told he's a bust now, man.
God.
That's what I was told.
Come on, man. It's practice. That's what this is for. If everybody reported on every single receiver that dropped passes in practice, then everybody would be bust. Everybody would be. It happens. We know the guy's a beast. He dropped a couple of passes. So freaking what? He's going to drop more. Guess what? He's going to drop some more passes.
That is true. No, but I was. it was funny. Ryan's reaction says Jameson is a rookie still. And Lindsey, like, coming out of the gates here today, usually we kind of talk about the weekend and stuff like that. We did for a minute, but I want to get right into this, Lindsey, because I want the line drawn in the sand right now. Because for whatever reason, and I don't know what that reason is, Jameson Williams it's such a divided camp with him. There are people like on my side that think he is a bona fide star. 3 touches in the NFL were all impact touches, all of them.
Right.
Like, essentially scored a touchdown on all 3 touches. One got called back for a penalty, one was a touchdown, one he got ruled down at the half-yard line, whatever. Right. And I know that's been framed differently in the media, depending on which side you are, because that other side says, well, he's only caught 1 pass ever. You see how I can frame it the same way that they can frame it?
Right.
But with all that being said, though, Lindsey, why does it seem to be so divisive? There is a camp, a line in the sand where it's the one half says all these problems, all these things you got to deal with. He's a diva. He's a bust loading. Lindsey, tell me this, just from a talent perspective, when you've seen him in a National Football League game. Am I missing something here? Because the guy seems dynamic.
No, I think he checks all the boxes of being a star, and people are think about every star receiver or every receiver with that type of talent. They all want the ball all the time, which we heard him, complain about not getting targeted.
Hey, every sport, Lindsey, you never got the ball enough, right?
Of course, we never do.
You never got
part of the business.
In college, when you're scoring 30 a game, you didn't get the ball enough.
And that's the nature of athletes. Like, that's it. But, with the things that have happened to him, I think people are over analyzing the fact that, he's having all these problems. He has issues. He doesn't care about, being suspended for gambling. He was in Vegas the next day. I mean, dude, he's 21, 22 years old? He's a kid, basically. He's going to do things that a mature person may think twice about.
Right.
He's a kid.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Coque says, who is against J-Mo? You see it, man. You see, go through the social media. Look at tweets from the beat reporters, man, that are out there saying he dropped a couple passes. He was 0 for 3 in the 1v1s in the goal line and stuff like that. You see, it is out there. There is a ground, and that's why I'm saying right here, right now, draw your battle line, dude. Like, either you're in or you're out, because I'm in, and there are reasons. There are reasons because this dude is dynamic. Again, guys, for the Jameson Williams hate campaign that's out there, I tend to go with people that are talented and dynamic. You cannot argue how dynamic he is. You can't do it. You can't do it. Sam Flannel even said it, man. He said if he doesn't get hurt against Georgia, they win the national title.
Yeah.
Right, Flannel?
Yes.
Right here, right now. You in or out on him? I'm drawing everybody in.
I am in, but I can see why people have some questions.
Then you're out. Okay.
Spencer
Raxter.
That's not even remotely the case.
Spencer Raxter, are you in or are you out?
Oh, I'm in.
Bricked up?
Bricked up.
All right, there you go.
Christ.
Lindsey, you in?
Of course, I'm all the way in.
Can we WoodwardSports.com chat pull that right here, right now? Are you in or are you out? And I'm not talking in like Sam Flannel with conditions and how he feels today and all that. I'm talking, are you in or are you out? Flannel, this dude is dynamic. He will be a star.
I understand that, but it's not outside of the realm of possibility to have a couple of questions. I mean, he's going to miss the first 6 games of the season with a gambling suspension, and he only had 1 catch last year. I understand what you say. All that's true as well, but I just have a couple. I'm not ready to anoint him a star just yet. Do I think he can be? Absolutely. Do I think he's shown enough? No. And I don't take a whole lot from what happened today in training camp either. That's just practice. That's just what happens. Those are just battles that you're going to have. I think he's going to be great. I just haven't seen – I can't say star just yet. Loading, I would say.
Lorena Rios, Neal, I go with people with talent and are dynamic. Explain Sam Flannel then. I was assigned Sam Flannel. I didn't draft him.
That's
you know what? He's
true.
not my guy. I didn't bring him in.
That's actually true.
He was from the previous regime, let's just say it like that, So that is the answer to that. Cat Spot, the media is just reacting. No, like Cat Spot, like it for real, like it's a take out there with people. Our guy Lucas Klotz, man, is a social media man. He's like deep in this all the time. I brought this up. He's over there nodding his head. He knows. He's seeing it out there. I don't understand. I guess for a hater, and feel free to come out there and just answer the question in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. I just want to know why. Why does it seem like people want him to fail?
Tell me why.
Tell me why.
Well, it's with most athletes you see, especially guys of that type of skill set and that talented guys. Like, I can think back when Randy Moss was in the draft, and everybody agreed that he was the guy, right?
Yes, except for the Lions.
No, there were a lot of people that passed on him.
Right. The
Remember?
Lions were one of them. And then the Lions took a receiver in the second round when they could have had a Hall of Famer in the first round.
Right, but everybody passed on Randy Moss because of these issues, you know? But, man, I don't know why, you know, I guess it just goes along with life. Everything in sports. If you're a talented guy, you're making millions of dollars, people expect you to be different. For some strange reason, they expect you not to have the same issues that a normal 21 or 22-year-old would have. A normal, you know, life experiences of doing things wrong sometimes. They expect you to be perfect. That's
Right.
the reality of it, and that's why I think the negativity starts.
DNCENT in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread says 120% in. I don't know how it's a question. Casey says, so you can only be a J-Mo slappy or a hater. Got it. Casey, I didn't make it this way. Like, this is the way that it got all by itself. I'm amazed by this, Lindsey. And just instantly, and I'll never understand it. Because, like we always talk about Rick Ross, show us. He's shown you. Now, limited stretches, obviously, but we knew this. And here's another question. Like, why does we haven't seen a ton of it? Why is that held? We knew that going in. That's the reason he was available to you.
Right.
Was because of the circumstances coming in. That's why he was available. Why are people forgetting that?
Because we live in a microwave society. Everybody's looking at the now. Now, if this kid comes out and dominates when he comes back and plays and, you know, has 10, 15 touchdowns and X amount of yards, and everybody will forget about all the bad stuff. Everybody will throw that aside and say, oh, J-Mo is the guy. You know, trust me. Success trumps all that other stuff. And we know that. We've seen it happen time and time again. So if he comes out and dominates, all the haters and all the naysayers will be jumping on the bandwagon saying, we knew he could do this. We just was waiting. You know how it goes. We've seen it 1,000 times.
Yeah. Dan Wood says his intro news conference really turned some people right or wrong. Really turned some people off, right or wrong. They just did with that. And I don't see this may be where I'm different. Like, you do some self-analysis. This may be where I am a little bit different. I don't care about a news conference. I care about what happens when he gets a football in his hands. And what we've seen is some pretty incredible ish when he gets the football in his hands.
No doubt. What was so bad about his news conference? What did he say?
I don't know. I don't even remember. So like I don't get it either. But
was it similar to the LeBron when LeBron told everybody they're going to go back to their miserable lives and he's going to enjoy his millions? Was it similar to that?
I can't even remember. Like, I have no idea, honestly.
So I don't know, man.
WoodwardSports.com chat poll. Are you in or out with J-Mo on? 90% of the people say Spencer. That's one of the more unanimous ones we've ever had.
Yeah, we don't get in the 90s very often.
No, we could put up there, does pizza suck? And, there'd still be 15% of people that says yes.
Yeah.
It's wild to me. Wow. Jack Harrington, people are player haters. Are fans just Silky Johnson out there? Is that just hate? I hate you. I never even met you, and I hate you all.
There's always going to be some haters. Hey, I'm a hater in some aspects. I enjoy it, though. KC comes back, says, so pass on Moss bad, but pass on Jalen Carter good. Got it. No, Casey. I'm consistent about this.
Yeah, he wanted Jalen Carter.
I was in the Jalen Carter camp.
Yeah, you were.
I still am in. I wish we took Jalen Carter. But the man that did the drafting, if anything, deserves the benefit of the doubt and a wait to see.
That's fair.
You owe him that.
Right.
He's come in here and done things as a GM we've only dreamed about, that we've never seen. He's done it in 3 drafts. So, Casey, both things can be true. I still am skeptical of the Jalen Carter pass. Yes, much in the same ilk of the Randy Moss thing. But I do lean the other way, generally, where I don't care about character. I care about what happens between those four lines.
Same.
Because that's what matters. This is professional football. They play for money. I'm not asking them to raise my children. I'm asking them to go out there and either score touchdowns or stop the other team from scoring touchdowns. What they do on their own time is their business, Lindsey. I'm the only honest one about it, man.
No.
I'll raise my own kids.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm not asking any of the, nobody's asking an athlete to raise their kids, but as a teammate, you do want somebody that you think cares. And I don't care what mistakes they make. As long as I know they care about, what they do and care about our team, then they'll be fine. Because everybody has some areas of maturity that they have to go through.
Right.
But as long as they care and they care about their craft, I don't give a crap what they do.
That's it. That's all, man.
Right.
Like, for real, that's how the world works, Lindsey.
Right.
That is how the world works. How'd you like to see famous athletes like Jim Harbaugh, Darren McCarty, and Braylon Edwards play golf with average Joes? Thanks to Randy Wise Automotive and Woodward Sports, you're able to do just that. It's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour. You can make the wise choice. Go to Woodward Sports YouTube channel. The first episode is up. The Jim Harbaugh episode, Sam Flannel's watched it about 86 times, as a matter of fact, personally on his own. It's a Randy Wise Automotive Team Celebrity Golf Tour.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Goff, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Hey, it's Sean Jordan from the Sports Marketing Agency, and SMA wouldn't be who we are without our amazing partners.
Thank you so much, Sean. At Detroit Wayne, we want to serve as a resource for you and your families. We offer mental health services, substance use disorder services throughout our communities, and we want to be that source and resource within the community.
If you or a loved one are suffering from a mental health or substance abuse issue, please don't hesitate to call 1-800-241-4949.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
How would you like to win a $100K Vegas getaway? Take your closest friends and live it up in the city that never sleeps. It's the Cintron Energy. Drink it and live it. Purchase a 24-pack today and enter to win the $100K Vegas getaway at Cintron. drinkcintron.com/Vegas and buy Cintron at your local Meijer store. Cintron, the healthier energy drink with great taste and the choice of people that desire to look good, feel great, and be the best version of themselves. So make sure you go to drinkcintron.com/Vegas to enter.
Off and running here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, live from Oakland Hills Country Club. It is the American Cancer Society golf outing. Neal Ruhl, Lindsey Hunter here with you, Sam Flannel, Spencer Rocksta in the building as well. I do, and I checked into the Morning Woodward show this morning, and I do have this question.
5 stars.
Yeah, 5-star review. Yeah, subscribe to all the podcasts. 5-star them all. Leave a review. Talk about how you don't like Sam Flannel, whatever you want to do. Just leave a review on there. But speaking of Flannel, WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Nobody says, why does Flannel keep calling Rain Dakota Dak? And I tapped into the Morning Woodward show. Why were you doing that, Sam Flannel? You kept calling Rain Prescott Dak or Dakota. Why?
I mean, sometimes you just misspeak, and I was referring back to a time in 2021 where I think he lived up to, at least in the regular season, of the nickname of Dak. I think to me it's a little bit more situational. He was Rain Dakota last year when he was leading the NFL in interceptions despite only playing 12 games.
Yikes.
But in 2021, I think he was worthy of being Dak.
Dak, where does that name come from? Like, how does one get the nickname Dak when their name is Rain Prescott?
I mean, middle name, Rain Dakota, that's short.
Huh, interesting. I guess the answer is I don't know why. I don't know why he calls him Dak or Dakota. I don't know either. It's Rain Prescott going forward, Flannel. Okay?
Fair enough. Okay, fair enough.
That's his name. That's his assigned name.
That's his government, yes.
Mama named him Rain. I'm going to call him Rain.
Mama named him Rain. I'm going to call him Rain. On his driver's license, it says Rain Prescott. I didn't name him. Then we met him, me, Lindsey. I didn't name him.
And the guy wants to be, what does he want to be called?
Dak.
Are we going to have one of those situations? What's on the show?
Don't lead the league in interceptions, and then they'll call you Dak.
His mama named him Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay.
Right.
Call the guy Dak, man.
His mama named him Rain. He makes interceptions rain.
Yeah,
I didn't do it, Lindsey. Are we mad at me?
I'm not mad. I'm just saying the guy's name is Dak.
But it rains interceptions when he plays, and his name is Rain.
So who'd you rather have, Dak or Goff?
Goff.
Spencer?
That's a toss-up.
Goff.
Less than half the interceptions, right?
Yes. Last year.
There you go. So that's what it is. So I don't get it. WoodwardSports.com chat thread, just kind of wrapping up the Jameson Williams discussion. We kind of popped this out of nowhere. I heard it on the way in this morning. He dropped a couple passes, so apparently he's a bust. Donovan Strong says Ryan Ermanni is another JMO hater. For real, is that true?
I can't confirm that.
You don't want to speak for him?
No,
JB, can you put
JB
insight on
Smooth,
that?
you're out here at Oakland Hills. Is right here, right now, is Ryan Ermanni a Jameson Williams hater? No? Like dynamic touches every time he's touched the ball?
Yep, hater.
No, wait and see. Okay.
He's a wait-and-see hater.
All right, hey, 2-4, the final word out there, Ryan Ermanni. They'll be live here, too, as well. 5-star review their podcast, too. Just make it rain Prescott, 5 stars out there. But, that just wanted to touch on that real quick. Lorena Rios says Neal character does matter. No, Lorena, touchdowns matter. Touchdowns matter, or stopping people from getting touchdowns. That's what matters first. See, Lindsey wants to be all proper up here. You got a dude that rolls out and give you 28 a game, and you're winning chips.
Yeah, but I want to make sure he's there every night to give us that 28. If he's somewhere, doing Lord knows what with Lord knows who, and we can't find him.
Right, but as long as he's out there giving you 28.
I don't give a damn what he does, as long as he shows up.
There you go. That's
Also,
it. That's it. That's all. What do you got, Spenny?
Like, I understand the political and religious aspects of why he changed his name to Muhammad Ali, but Cassius Clay is a badass name.
Hell yeah, it is.
It's a sick
Muhammad
name.
Ali's badass, too.
It is, too, for sure.
And then, Rain couldn't even get one cool name.
Yeah, Dak and Rain are both kind of stupid.
There you go. Absolutely. Some other Lion stuff. Jack Campbell taking all the first-team reps now at the linebacker spot. So it looks like the Derek Barnes era, as quick as it got started, is over. And look, Lindsey, that's not a surprise. That's why this guy was drafted in the first round. That's what they've seen. And I will say this. As much as you saw the picture of me on social media when they did draft Jack Campbell, I will give the Lions credit for this, and I'll give Brad Holmes credit for this. And this even, I'll wrap the two together, this even further emboldens my stance about Jameson Williams. These guys draft a certain type of way,
Right.
a certain type of guy. And Jack Campbell seems to fit that, and they brought him in here. They took him in the first round. This is what we need out of Jack Campbell. Got to have it, man.
No, absolutely. Well, if of course all the Lion fans should know, in the past there was no systematic way of drafting.
Right.
There was just close your eyes and throw a dart, and get a tight end. That's what that's what it normally used to be, right?
Yeah.
Now you can see there is a system of checks and balances in place, and there's a certain type that they're going to draft. There's a certain type of guy that they think fit what they're doing, and they're going to go get him regardless of what anybody else says. And I think that's the mark of a organization that knows the direction they're going, and they're confident in what they do. They're just not throwing darts out here saying, like everybody else is looking, we should take this guy. No, they know exactly who they were going after, and they got those guys.
Yeah, and it looks like he's holding up his end of the bargain if he's getting the first team reps and everything like that. Chris says Jamo threw a punch today as well. I heard he took a swing, at one of the defensive backs. I'm all for competitive nature, but only if the guy produces. I'll give him a 2 Thanksgiving until he proves he can before making a firm opinion. Chris, you know who else took a swing at somebody? Travis Kelce.
Kelce.
Yeah, Amon-Ra St. Brown got into a fight last year.
Hey, man, these things happen. It's just competitive nature. It's football. You know, out there, you got to,
Tell me about your training camp stories. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go against somebody over and over and over again, and you're around them all the time to start. Like,
Dude.
it's a recipe for that to happen.
Yeah, my training camp stories, it was unbelievable, the things I saw. The fights I witnessed. Dude, I witnessed the GM get choked. I witnessed Isaiah Thomas and Bill Lambier fighting right in front of me. I mean, it was.
But that was the one Isaiah broke his hand, right?
Yes.
Hitting him, yeah.
So my stories are way worse than this.
Right. So it's something. Again, that's a story as old as time. Like with training camps and things like that, it happens with everybody. I'm not going to put a whole heck of a lot into that. But again, the Jack Campbell thing, I think, is another one of the stories that we've seen. I will say this, and I'll be fair about it, guys. As somebody who was more in the Jalen Carter camp, if you bring this guy in and you plug him in a lot like what I feel for Penei Sewell, and I'm not comparing the two because I don't think the ceiling is there with Jack Campbell. But see, here's where we get caught up a lot of times, Lindsey, with what goes on in drafts and signing of players. When you have 5 guys on an NBA floor or 11 guys on an NFL unit, offense, defense, or whatever, I think we get sucked into this. If they're not first team all pro, then they're a bust. When really you only have, in an 11-man unit, you only have 2 of those guys, 3 of those guys tops. You know what I'm saying? You do have to have solid dudes. And if you bring this guy in and use a first-round draft pick on him, he plays 10 years for you, that's a successful pick.
Success, right. But everybody wants, everybody wants those high picks, even first-round picks, to be stars, and that very rarely happens. Now, if you're picking 1 or 2, of course, you want that player to be, what we consider one of those guys, But it rarely happens. And if you can get a guy in the first round that has a 10-year career, dude, that's a success.
Right.
Because the average career in the NBA is like 3 years. In the NFL, it's probably less, probably 2. So if you get a guy that plays multiple years and is a contributor, you've done a good job.
Right. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Mike G says Neal's face after the Jack Campbell pick was classic. Certain people in the Woodward Sports camp felt some kind of way about it. There was no doubt about it. Braylon Edwards got up and left the building.
Yeah.
Like went home, said.
It was funny because he was on air, and I saw it on my phone, and I look at him. I'm like, it's Jack Campbell, like linebacker. He looks at me. He's like, I'm out. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, absolutely. After the initial shock wore off, and again, just to explain to the people out there, after the initial shock wore off, I had the evening to sleep on it, and the man making the picks deserves the benefit of the doubt.
Always.
That's it. That's not always.
Yes. Well, when you've proven it. Yes, when you've proven yourself, proven to everybody that you know what you're doing and that there is a method to your madness, you deserve the benefit of the doubt when you pick someone, even if it's outside the realm of what everybody else thought you should have picked.
No doubt.
So,
and he drew a line in the sand. As we revisit it, he drew a line in the sand with those first-round picks. I mean, running back, weak side linebacker, like those aren't typically acquired in the first round.
I know y'all went crazy when he drafted a running back in the first round. I already know. Everybody was melting down.
Yeah.
They take a running back. They're not valuable anymore.
He doesn't even have a 1,000-yard season rushing the ball in college.
Dude.
Remember that, Sam Fly? That was a wild time, wasn't it?
I mean, that is just a fact. But he got compensated. He was able to trade back. So I think that eased the blow quite a bit. And then you see him in training camp. Apparently he's just looks like the fastest and most agile guy out there. So, and that's what he needs to be. And I think he could be.
Machiavelli sucks to go. Neal, I only have to work 2 hours a day. Ruhl. Is that my wife's burner account or something? Sounds like something my wife. Yeah, because I just show up and do the show, and then I never think about anything or never do anything or never read anything or watch anything again until tomorrow at 10:55 a.m. And then I figure everything out. It's only 2 hours a day.
And this is your only job.
I never do play-by-play or anything like that either. You're right, 2 hours a day. You're actually right, Sylvia. I know that's my wife doing that right through there. Yeah. Oh, man, kind of blew by the break right there. But, hey, let me tell you about Planet Fitness. That's right, $1 down, $10 a month. You guys know all that. I just like to give you my story. I personally have been with Planet Fitness over 3 years, and I couldn't picture myself at another gym. Clean facilities, tons of equipment, and everything you need to achieve your fitness goals. That's it. That's all. And, oh, by the way, it's far and away the most affordable gym that's out there. And I know some of you are at some of these other places with a rock wall and you're paying $70, $80, $90. Some dude told me he pays $110 a month for his gym memberships. How about you get a car instead? All right, go to Planet Fitness. $10 a month for access to your home club. You want to be the baller? You want to be the cool guy? Black Card, $24.99 a month. You get access to over 2,400 Planet Fitnesses across the world. There's over 50 of them in Metro Detroit alone. All I do, I roll in, scan my phone, boom, we're in there. That's it. That's all. Planet Fitness. Been there 3 years, people. I wouldn't be there if it sucked. Let's just say it like that. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Essential.
It's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour.
You're a good coach, Tim. Oh, great shot.
Some of the biggest names in Michigan sports, and some, well, not so much.
Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, baby.
Watch episodes at woodwardsports.com. Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically enter for your chance to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice, courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. That's right, 2 cars, one for you, one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime, sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Let one of our talented, award-winning stylists make you look handsome and clean. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
We aren't quite sure if they consume more beer or sports. Either way, the heavyweights are here. Live on Woodward Sports, daily 5 to 7 p.m.
Ruhl here for 5 Iron Golf. Think you can play some golf? How about beating a professional athlete? It's a Woodward Sports Thursday Night Golf League live at 5 Iron Golf for 12 consecutive weeks, featuring some of the most famous courses and iconic courses around the world played on state-of-the-art TrackMan simulators. And 5 Iron Golf's new 25,000 square foot facility in downtown Detroit. Think you can beat Darren McCarty on hole number 12 at Augusta? What about beating Braylon Edwards on hole number 8 at Pebble Beach? They got really small greens there. Do you have what it takes? If so, register for your chance to win a free foursome today. It's very easy. Just follow 5 Iron Golf on Twitter and Instagram before August 1st. So today is the last day that you can do that. Follow 5 Iron Golf on Twitter and IG today. Direct message the word golf. Boom, you're entered. They're going to pick one lucky winner. You get a free foursome at 5 Iron Golf, and you can be at it in downtown Detroit. It's 5 Iron Golf. On and popping here at Oakland Hills. We're live at the American Cancer Society annual golf outing. The golfers are out there in full force right now. D-Mac's actually one of them out there. So we got our guy, Lindsey Hunter. We trade champion for champion here, Lindsey. That's just how we roll.
Hey, that's the only way to roll.
That's it. That's it. We do keep Sam Flannel too, but whatever. That's a different. That's a different discussion. Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter here as well. We're talking heavy Detroit Lions. Tomorrow's August 1st, guys. We're in it. And this is the way it's going to be until January, hopefully into February. That's it. That's all, Lindsey.
And hopefully by then, all you guys would be on the bandwagon of a Super Bowl chance by then. Hopefully. I'm not sure, but I hope you guys are.
I love the reel of you, by the way. Like, passionate on Friday when we were out at Dispo, man. Just breaking it down.
You're either in or you're out, man. There's no in between.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. People can jump in there. Why don't you guys talk baseball? I will when the Tigers trade some of these guys. Then I'll talk about it. Hopefully I'm talking about it tomorrow, guys. You saw what happened. For those that didn't see what happened yesterday. Flannel.
It's looking... I mean, at this point, it doesn't matter, but it was looking like they were going to cruise to a victory, and Tarek Skubal was going to have another great outing, and then they just kind of imploded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we still alive?
No.
Are we still in it?
No.
Are we still looking to acquire? No, it's over?
No, it's over.
Okay. Officially?
It's been over.
It's been over since opening day.
Whoa.
I don't know about that.
Yes. It's been over.
If they would have had a better homestand to end the All-Star.
If.
They did.
Yeah. if they weren't only 6 games back every first of the month.
That's actually true. No matter how well they play in the month.
Yeah.
Always 6
It's
games
always
back.
6 games back on the first of the month, except for August 1st.
Yeah.
It'll be farther back.
It'll be farther.
We'll discuss it tomorrow. Maybe we'll do a season eulogy, and we'll lay the Tiger season to rest tomorrow at the trade deadline.
Sounds good.
Okay, I think that is what we'll do. Sandy wants to know how much weight Spenny lost. Spenny, we got a Spenny tracker right now.
25.
25.
Let's go.
Yeah. There you go. Spenny's in there getting it in. I see him in there doing it. Matt says, anyone concerned about DirecTV and Dish Network not having the Fox network? I am not, because I'm not a customer,
Who
so I don't
cares?
care.
Right.
Get an antenna and keep it pushing. I'll solve people's problems. Yeah, you need a problem solved? Come to me. I'll solve it for you in 4 seconds, man. I will. I'll solve it for you in 4
Stream East,
seconds.
baby.
Yeah. CJ Gardner-Johnson. And Lindsey, we thought about this when we heard the news that he was signed and the veteran presence he was going to provide. Number one, I liked what he said about Jamison Williams. And he kind of laid it down. And that's kind of what I've been hanging my hat on with that whole first segment about it. If he's good enough for CJ Gardner-Johnson, he's good enough for me. But I digress. Lindsey, this is what was advertised with him. This is what he said. And look, we don't know until you're on the field that Thursday in Kansas City. But things seem to be trending. He is exactly what they envisioned when they signed him from a locker room perspective.
Right. And we talked about that also and how important that is. And obviously he is checking those boxes. He's doing exactly what a veteran guy you expect to do, to be a leader in your locker room and to, make sure everything is lining up the way it's supposed to. You got to have those guys. And that's every championship team I've seen or I've watched, they have those type of guys.
Mm-hmm.
And, that's just another great move by front office.
No, absolutely. And certainly, too, look, they're a team, they've got an interesting dynamic working with this Lions locker room right now because the guys that they went out and got in free agency all seem to kind of fit a certain mold. Vet dudes, been there, done that. They got a couple distressed prices, obviously, with Mosley with the injury problems and things like that. But sometimes you buy things on sale. That's the way that's the way shopping works, man. That's the way markets work. But I think with CJ Gardner-Johnson, this was certainly a set of guidelines that they wanted to fill. This was intentional. CJ Gardner-Johnson was intentional, not just because of the football player he is, because he was going to come out there. And I think what he did is certainly backing up to the Jamison Williams thing where he talked about that, where he said he made it a point to go out there, I think, and mark me on this, Lindsey, because you've been a part of this before. When you're a vet and you got a young guy that some questions are being answered about, if you believe in that guy, you'll put your name on it as a vet, right? Or am I reading too much?
No. That's absolutely the truth because you want the young guys to know that you got their back. And when they feel that way and know that, hey, my guys believe in me, then you really create the atmosphere of a true team concept that, hey, no matter what goes on, we're going to keep everything in-house and we're going to take care of our own.
Yeah.
And that's the environment. That environment is conducive to winning. No matter what sport it is.
Well, you have to have it.
Yes.
Because what's the thing we talk about with the Pistons, Lindsey? The criticism I hear of the Pistons roster from the people right now is, other than Bojan, I've heard people say like daycare center, those kinds of things, which are a bit over the top. But that is something when you are ready to make your move. And we've seen the Lions, and this just kind of popped in my head as I was bringing this up. We always talk about the checklist and where you are in the journey right now. The Lions felt as though it was time to take a step forward, to challenge for a division title, to maybe challenge for a Super Bowl. That's why those signings were intentional the way they were with guys like CJ Gardner-Johnson. I think that for the Pistons, when Troy Weaver, when he assesses his roster and says, okay, it's time to ride, you will see a similar type plan of attack for the Pistons into what the Lions did. Is that fair?
Absolutely. No, that's very fair because I think right now you've assembled a bunch of young talent. You brought one veteran in, Monte Morris, who is one of those type of guys, a great glue guy that can really contribute and play. Is a starting caliber point guard in this league. But when you feel like, hey, now is the time that we are starting to ascend, we can challenge, you got to start putting solid veteran leaders amongst the mix to help your young guys, get to where they got to go.
And sometimes I feel as though, and again, mark me on this one, sometimes I feel as though it's like help the young guys. I think sometimes that gets overused. I think you want vets out there because they are turnkey. It's proven.
Oh, no doubt.
You don't have to worry about certain scenarios or certain matchups or those kinds of things. There are no liabilities. There tends to be less liabilities when you have vets out there.
Yeah, there's a security blanket that comes along with that. But also, like, if you got some young talent that like, there's certain things he's missing, and I know I got a veteran guy that has all the goods, may not be as dynamic or super talented as this guy, but he can get the job done, and I need this guy to watch and learn.
Well, at the end of your career, you were that guy, right? Like
absolutely.
Hey, go get Lindsey here. Dog their PG here, make life hard for them offensively, make it tough for them to get in their sets, and then that was your idea at the end of your career, right?
Absolutely. And I just remember, Rodney Stuckey coming along and seeing how dynamic he was and trying to help him as a rookie learn how to, be impactful in the league. And even when I was, when I was at the end of my career in Chicago, seeing a rookie Derrick Rose, and just being amazed at how ultra talented he was, not knowing what actually he was doing as far as in this league, but just like, man, this dude doesn't have a clue yet. And when he gets it, it's over. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's what, the veterans are for. And we know, most of the time we know our roles. We know, like, hey, eventually this guy right here is going to be the guy. I'm just here to help,
Right. Circle of life, man.
Yes.
Circle of life in the league. Let me tell you about the Sports Marketing Agency. They help spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast is called This is the S Word, helps address the stigma associated with seeking help. If you're struggling or someone is struggling, go to thesportsma.com, thesportsma.com, the Sports Marketing Agency. They're here to help.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Lindsey Hunter, multiple-time NBA champion, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter here with you. We're live at Oakland Hills for the American Cancer Society golf outing. As you can see behind us, one of the preeminent golf courses in the world is Oakland Hills. But something happened during the commercial break here. And, the Woodward team is assembled. We're doing shows live all day here from Oakland Hills. Jeff Iafrate, you know him from the Morning Woodward fame. He's a staple of the network. Luxurious hair.
Jeff, I'm afraid.
Yeah. I think you're right, Spencer.
Yeah.
During the break here, Jeff I'm afraid, a.k.a., got up and was like running back and forth here around the clubhouse at Oakland Hills.
What was chasing him?
A bee. He was running back and forth from a singular bee, not like a hive of bees that were, not like the killer African colony bees or anything you read about in the media. It was just a bee. One regular bee.
Small ones
yeah,
too, right?
yeah, not even like the queen bee.
Yeah, no, it was a
one little
because
Kim, it wasn't the queen bee.
Right, it flew right by us, and you and I, we didn't bat an
No.
eye. We just said hi, bee, and he kept going.
No, and Jeff Iafrady's around here like running wind sprints back and forth to get away from this bee.
Well, you know well, the bees, they sense weakness. So
that's why they're around Jeff
on,
Iafrady.
They flew by us.
Come on.
And we didn't move, right? It went back to the table and attacked the weaker vessels.
But you know what? Since working with Jeff Iafrady on the morning show, I have gained even more respect for him. He is not a scaredy cat. He is a very respectful and mentally tough human being. I will not stand for any Jeff Iafrady slander.
Now hold on.
So what did he run from? What was that? What was that over there? It
is what it is.
Okay, hold on.
Entire table ran?
Hold on here. Let's address this. This is a valid question here that comes from William Rhodes in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Jeff, are you allergic to bees to the point where you'll die if you get stung? The answer is no. Be honest.
He's not allergic at all.
Yeah, you're not allergic at all, are you?
Oh, no, it's over here. Oh, God.
He's not allergic to no. So William Rhodes, he is not allergic. So I will recommence with making fun of him for running around because of a bee. Like, how can a bee be mentally tougher than Jeff Iafrady?
It's not. It's
yes,
not.
it is. No, it is.
No.
Flannel, it is.
You know what?
That's weak.
To kind of paraphrase, remember the Titans. I only want to run with you, Jeff Iafrady.
Yeah.
Run from the bee with Jeff.
Bro's mentally.
Hey, somebody's got to stick up for him.
Mentally weak, Lindsey.
I like Jeff a lot. I'm surprised. I really, I never thought I would see him dash from a bee as fast as he did.
It was an all-out sprint.
Hey, he has some athleticism though. Impressed.
Quick twitch speed.
All-out sprint.
Yeah, nice little quick D-back. I like that.
And here goes the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Jack Harrington, Jeff is a Barbie trivia winner, Neal.
He is. He's a big Barbie guy.
That's tough.
He's a big Barbie guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can explain.
Ryan's reaction says Jeff has his girlfriend take the spiders outside.
Oh, come on.
I will kill a spider. That is false. I will. The bee, though, a little different.
Bees where you draw the line?
Bee is right. Hey, we're both running from the bee.
Jack also says Jeff Iafrady is a Barbie girl in a Barbie world.
That's true.
Oh, man.
Answer 14, Jeff, come on, chop that bee out of the sky. Stop running from your fears. And that's stand up to it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm asking for.
Face your fears.
Yeah, stand up to it. Get
Right.
back in its grill.
Flannel, would you have ran from the bee?
I don't know.
Oh, there's my answer. There's my answer.
If you don't know the
Then
answer,
the answer is yes.
Yeah.
He would have ran just like that.
I think he's just standing up for Jeff. I don't think Flannel would have ran, but he's just doing a United Front morning show thing.
He's taking on weakness for his guy,
Yeah.
Jeff Iafrady. The streets aren't kind, though, Flannel. I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Jeff Iafrady's the man.
EFOG3 says, dude, I do the same thing with bees. I'm terrified. I'm with you, Jeff.
Terrified?
Bees suck. EFOG, what? Afraid of what?
Yeah.
Getting stung?
It's like a pinch.
Yeah, and then it's over.
Or you just kill it.
1 minute of pain.
Square up. Soft. That's people want his man card revoked. Rusty Shackelford, Sam and Jeff both equal clowns.
Damn.
Let's go Red Wing. Sparty wants to know: did the bee have a pair of clippers in its hands when it was flying around? All of Gen X is shaking their head right now. So, and look, to be fair, Adam Coleman, you're allergic to bees. I'm a chick. I get that. That's different. I would just kind of casually walk away. I wouldn't like let out a scream, a high pitched scream, and run. But that's what he did. So
No, he didn't scream. Come on.
Bees greater than Jeff. The bee doesn't have the balls to sting Lindsey Hunter.
Exactly.
Maybe that's true. So hey, that's it. John effing Lord, B1, Jeff 0. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
As we go to the end of the first quarter,
Yep.
B1, Jeff Iafrady 0. That is
fair.
fair. So I just thought it was soft. That was it. That's it. That's all.
It's fair.
There's questions. Are bees attracted to estrogen? I don't know these answers. I'm not.
Oh. Damn.
I'm not a doctor. I don't know. So there it is. There's a different energy about Jeff Iafrate on this show than there is during his show. I've noticed in the chat. Is that fair?
Yeah. Jeff's changed since he got the tattoo.
He has.
You got a tattoo?
Yeah.
What do you get a tattoo of, Spenny?
He got it on his forearm. I forget what it says.
Is it in Japanese or
And
something?
you're scared of a bee?
I think.
It's in Italian?
Yeah.
And he's scared of a bee.
Yep.
He has a tattoo and is afraid of a bee sting.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of bee stings. That's all it is, the tattoos.
Yeah.
What does the tattoo say, Spenny?
Jeff, what does your tattoo say?
Oh.
No, there's no microphone. You just need to tell us so I can tell the people. You don't have a microphone on. What does the tattoo say? I came, I saw, I conquered.
Unless there was a bee there.
Unless there was a bee there. Yeah, absolutely, Spenny.
Oh, God.
Let's go. Red Wing Sparty says, you sure it doesn't say God gives his hardest battles to his toughest soldiers? Oh, my gosh. His tattoo says spaghetti bolognese. What does Jeff Iafrate from the Morning Woodward Show tattoo say?
Oh!
It says, oh! Yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait to get tatted. I got a tattoo appointment on my birthday.
You were going to be getting a 16, too.
It's not that.
On
no.
the side of your eye.
I'm getting actual tattoos. That is not a bet involved. I'm getting 3 of them. I'm getting, so my family's initials spell out Disco DJ. Dylan,
Okay.
Ian, Spencer, Cole, Olivia, and Danny Jackie. So I'm going to get one on my chest over my heart. The guy's designing it. It's going to be real dope. And then I'm getting a panel from my favorite manga, One Piece, on my thigh from my favorite character. And then
Wait a minute, it's not going to affect availability of the Dan Campbell
it's
face tattoo on your thigh.
Dan Campbell,
okay.
Dan Campbell face tattoo will be other thigh.
Okay.
And then I'm getting my grandparents' initials on my forearm.
Okay, so there you go. In addition to the 16 for Jared Goff when they win the Super Bowl.
If they win the Super
on your
Bowl.
eye, like a tear, right?
Behind my ear.
Oh, behind your ear. That's right. What else?
Grit across the stomach.
And the Tupac font.
In the Tupac font.
And then Dan
Nice.
Campbell's face on your thigh, not your inner thigh.
Not my inner thigh.
Yeah,
But if they
definitely
win the
not inner
division
thigh.
this year, I'm getting Dan Campbell's face on my thigh.
That's right. If they win the division, the Jared
Jared
Goff
Goff
is
wins.
if he
Jared
wins,
Goff
he's got to win
wins
the Super Bowl.
in Detroit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there you have it.
So I'm safe on that. But
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Jared Goff, don't do it for you. Don't do it for the Lions. Do it for us at Woodward Sports.
Well, I think the Lions have a legit shot. I think I'm the only one that thinks that.
I think so too.
you are probably right. You are probably right. People are calling for Jeff Iafrate to get a bee tattoo. Maybe
That'd be dope.
Yeah,
That would be dope.
Then that would cure the fear
Yeah.
because you have to look at that every day. And it would slowly cure your fears of bees.
I just thought it was soft.
No.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong for that? I thought the whole scene was soft here.
I gotta agree. I mean, I've never seen so many grown men, a bunch of grown men, and one little bee. Like if it was a
Like
horde
I said,
of bees,
or like what were those, the African colony bees or whatever?
Yeah,
that like attack or something. Okay, that's different. It was
Right, it
a
was
bee,
one
not
little-
even like it looked like a teenage bee too.
I don't even think those little bees sting. I think those are the little bees that try to find honey somewhere. Those little bitty bees.
Yeah.
I think they call them like sweet bees or something. They're attracted to like sugar.
Yeah.
They're attracted to sweet smelling stuff or
It's the hair product.
It must be.
It's the hair product.
yeah, those little. I mean, I've never
I
seen.
didn't mean to take up a segment with this, and I didn't mean
No,
to
that was needed.
out
It's-
Jeff Iafrate.
It's
that
the
was-
essential oils Jeff puts on his wrists before the show.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
See, why do I get this label of me being, bougie and
Yeah.
soft? When if a bee landed on my arm right now, I keep it pushing. I
No,
keep
the
doing
bee
the
flew
show.
past you and I.
Yeah. Because it knew better.
It probably like it flew by me. It flew by you, and it went back to it. Just found the table that it could affect.
Yeah. So that's it. Yes, Big Con 51. It was a 6th grader bee. It wasn't even like a full adult
Yeah.
bee.
Adolescent bee.
Yeah. Yeah. So
As a
No.
beatus.
I do though. I do want to get back into the Lions. I don't want to talk about Jeff Iafrate running from bees, and we are going to do that
We only
too.
got 2 minutes. How fast was his 40, you think? If he had a
Whatever.
bee-
It was the fastest he ever ran in his
If
life.
he had a bee behind him pushing him at the 40, he'd make,
I think he would have been a 4th round pick.
That's fair.
He would have went from undrafted to a 4th round pick.
That B's getting
at the
second
NFL
round
Combine.
Grades,
Yeah. People still come peaceful. Tim, Neal, you must sell one of your furnaces in order to become a tough guy. I don't think so.
No.
Yeah. And I was talking about being mentally tough. How are you not mentally tougher than a bee?
That's true.
Like, it's a battle of will. If it flies right here, it's a battle of will between me and that bee. And I will win that mental battle.
Well, everybody's not as mentally tough, you know?
I guess
people
not,
haven't,
man.
You know, endured anything strenuous in their lives to withstand that type of pressure.
Yeah, so it is. Eric Wall, we'll ride out on this. Eric Wall says that B is a bully. Jeff Iafredi should tell his dad on him.
I heard Jeff doesn't even eat honeycomb for breakfast because it's just
It's
it
too
brings
close
up too
to a
many
bee.
memories.
Yeah. He doesn't want to take that chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't even want to take that
Hey,
chance.
nothing wrong with Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles are strong to quite strong. There is no question about it. All right, Flannel. Hey, Jeff Iafredi had to buzz cut his hair because he guaranteed Michigan would win. Where'd he go for that?
He went to Lady Jane's, and I am representing for Team Jeff Iafredi here, has his cohort on the Morning Woodward Show, and you can walk into any Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically enter for your chance to win not 1, but 2 vehicles of your choice, courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. That's right. 2 cars, 1 for you and 1 for your wife, girlfriend, or best bud. Lady Jane's open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Goff, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Big Boy Strawberry Fest has officially arrived, and we're here to show you the very best flavors of the season. Satisfy your sweet tooth with our deep-fried vanilla Oreos, strawberry hot fudge cake, and a slice of our classic strawberry pie. But that's not all. Cool off on a refreshing summer splash salad, or savor the flavors of our chicken Caesar wrap and strawberry bacon chicken wrap. And for breakfast lovers, don't miss out on our strawberry hotcakes or our mouth-watering red velvet waffle. Strawberry Fest is something for everyone. Celebrate the sweet season with us at Big Boy.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
Coming up on the second hour of the show, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Lindsey Hunter, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter. We are live at Oakland Hills, the American Cancer Society golf outing. Our own Darren McCarty is out there on the course as we speak. Happy to have you all with us. Remember, subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel, the power in Detroit digital sports media. That is factual. That is not an opinion. Everyone that's come over to us, we appreciate it, certainly, and we value you guys. Jump into the woodwardsports.com chat thread. We read those messages, take your thoughts on everything that is going on, and while you're at it, subscribe to the Big D Energy Podcast, iTunes, Spotify, Spreaker, wherever you get your podcast. Once you do that, what's the next move?
5-star.
5-star, review that thing, and get the analytics pumping on it, and we'll get it out there and get that thing pushing. Leave a review, too. I'm just looking for entertaining reviews at this point because the people have tons of them.
B reviews.
Yeah, B reviews. Jeff Iafredi scheduled to be on Bees Today podcast coming up tomorrow. But, yeah, Jeff Iafredi's running away from bees. We're talking Detroit Lions because training camp is raging. I will say this, Lindsey. I am reading a lot of the Jared Goff, Sam Laporta connection. Seeing it a lot, see it being discussed a lot. This thing seems to be real. And I will, our guy Lucas says, Hall of Fame jacket loading for Sam Laporta. I think that's a bit aggressive, but, it's that's fine. That's fine.
But what's amazing to me, as Lions fans, they're quick to anoint guys to be Hall of Famers, but slow to believe that their team has a chance to win the Super Bowl. I don't understand the
disconnect.
Yeah. Like, Spinmo, help me.
Yeah. I can't help you, man. I'm not saying Laporta's going to be a Hall of Famer. I think he's going to have a good career.
Right.
But I'm not saying either one. I don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl this year. and I don't think Laporta's going to be a Hall of Famer just yet.
Nicholas Duncan, people should be stoked about the Lions not scared like Jeff Iafrate. So, there's a lot out there certainly. But I will say this, because you guys know how I felt about TJ Hawkinson. I celebrated the day the trade was made, especially when you looked at where the tight end market was going in the NFL. And with him coming up on free agency, I wasn't going to be the one to pay him double-digit millions to be a tight end. Brad Holmes did. This is another reason why I'm a simp for Brad Holmes. And yes, I can have questions yet still be a simp. You know what he did? He took TJ Hawkinson and he dropped the salary down to the rookie deal. That's what he did.
Right.
He just kind of reset the clock at the tight end position, because it looks like things will continue. Because while I was very happy with the tight end room, when new information presents itself, I reserve the right to change my opinion. I was very happy with the tight end room. You had 3 dudes making less than $3 million in that tight end room. So I like the way that was set up from a financial perspective. Mm-hmm. But they do feel like Laporta can be a quote-unquote impact tight end, and now they're getting him on a rookie deal, Lindsey. All he did was reset the clock.
And from what I'm hearing, he's a stud. Like, they're saying his catch radius is off the chain. He has great, burst. He sounds like one of those guys that he possibly could be. I'm not saying Hall of Famer, but if he can be mentioned with, the Kelceys and some of those guys, then you really got a security blanket for Goff. And I think that's what he needs, especially with J-Mo not being here right away.
And again, you want to get me excited? You look next year, the cap hit this year, $1.7 million on Laporta. If he goes out there and he catches 70 balls, that's an overwhelming value in today's NFL. Right. Overwhelming value. And I think low-key, Laporta, we talked about opportunities that the Lions have on opening night, less than 6 weeks from now, when they play at Kansas City. And I said it's a huge game to win. If you offer me the opportunity to win that Kansas City game and lose the Seattle game, I would take that 1,000,000 times out of 1,000,000. Because they have an opportunity, Lindsey, to change the national perspective of who they are, that they will not get again later in the season. They don't get that opportunity on Thanksgiving against Green Bay. They don't get that opportunity on Monday night against the Las Vegas Raiders. They get one shot at this Thursday night. And I think Sam Laporta is a guy, too. If he comes out and has an 8-9 catch game, and he goes for $110 and catches a touchdown, which is aggressive. No, I'm not calling for it.
Right.
But he has that opportunity to change the narrative about him, about Laporta being a second-round draft pick, where he has that stage to thrust himself early on. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not overreacting to it. But this is how this starts. He has a chance to join that discussion. And that sounds wild to hear, doesn't it? But you know I'm right.
No, you're absolutely right. I wouldn't put so much stock in that first Chiefs game because.
But Lindsey, that's what you get on this stage, man. Christmas Day in the NBA. It's a little different, doesn't it?
It's a little different, but at the same time, you're playing against the champs. Now I will say there will be a little Super Bowl hangover because they're going to be celebrating and giving out, all the little trinkets that you get when you win it all. So they may have an opportunity to steal one there. It's going to be tough, but I don't put a lot of stock in that first game, because I think the Chiefs are just the Chiefs. We know what they are. We know there's the machine up there.
Right.
So if you go there and you play well and have an opportunity to win, hey, good. Let's go get the next one.
Jack
I
Henry,
don't want to lose to Seattle.
And there are people in there that GWK, we need that Seattle win more than the Kansas City win. Not this one. This one is different.
This time it's personal.
Yeah. Am I all right? Well, let's get into that then. This is a little side topic. Spencer, am I making too much of this game?
No.
I feel like the people are, or I'll say what I feel right now. I think the people are in the chat right now, like, preparing to lose, like almost accepting it, like almost saying, well, as long as we try hard and it's close and things like, no, that's the vibe I'm getting, man. You got to seize these chances. Bemo, am I making too much of this game right here, right now?
I don't think so. I mean, it's week 1, day 1 of the NFL season. The whole world's going to be watching. You're going up against the reigning, defending Super Bowl champions on the day of their ceremony. It is a way that you could put your mark on the season. Like we talked about the national perspective of a win against the Chiefs on opening day. People would be like, oh, shit, like the
It's
Lions
real.
are legit.
Yeah.
So I don't think you're making too much of it.
Okay, I wanted to check in with the people because I get that. I almost feel like there's pushback against valuing this game, and yes, I would. I would take a 1-1 start if it meant beating the Chiefs. I would take that, and I know the playoff implications. I understand all of that. I get it. I do. But if you can beat the Chiefs, you're going to win this division.
Yes.
I feel those are in equal footing, and if you win your division, it doesn't matter what happens with Seattle.
Yes.
See, I can get granular too, everybody. Right? You feel me?
I mean, but I think I don't think anybody is saying we're just gonna give up on the game or we're just taking the L. But I just wouldn't put I'm not putting all my stock in on Kansas City. I'm thinking bigger. I'm thinking Super Bowl.
But see, Lindsey, that's why I have the view of the game because I'm thinking bigger too.
Yeah,
I'm
thinking about Super Bowl though.
Well, we can't play a Super Bowl in week 1, Lindsey.
I know, but you're not thinking Super Bowl even in week 1. I'm thinking Super Bowl. I'm thinking preparation.
All right, you want it? They go in there, they win that game, then that does become the expectation for me.
Yeah.
All right, let's cut the ish right here, Lindsey Hunter.
Hey.
You go in and you win that game, then yeah, that does become the new expectation.
Why is it new? Why all the things that are happening? Why is it takes that one to do it?
Because of who you beat and what it represents. Because you beat Sam Flannel's Chiefs.
It's true.
Because if I'm not mistaken, at the end of last year, you guys were on fire. Lions can beat anybody. Next year's our year. Well, next year's your year for what?
To win the
only thing that matters is the Super Bowl, really, when it's all said and done. So I'm thinking Super Bowl. I'm thinking, man, how do we get to the Super Bowl? No matter what goes on, we got to win the Super Bowl. We got to get to the Super Bowl.
Shad216 says Lions fans are soft. I think we are kind of being soft about this. Like we're already mentally preparing to lose, and these are the types of chances you don't get. I mean, think about this for real. How often in an NFL season do you get this shot to pull this off?
Not very often.
Yeah. It rarely comes around for anybody.
One team a year. I mean, main stage, center stage, like I said, the whole world's going to be watching. Week 1, game 1.
But even though, typically those teams, Spenmo, have done something in the league before.
Yeah.
It's extra with this team.
That's fair.
We haven't done anything. In 3 decades, we haven't done anything of note. So, that's why it's extra. Maybe I am making too much of it. I don't know. I think I'm prepared to go all in.
Right. I mean, go all in. But I'm saying, so if they let's say they lose by a field goal,
it doesn't do anything for me.
Does it crush the season though? Does it crush it for you?
No, it doesn't. Right. I mean, it doesn't crush it.
Right.
But you missed it. But make no mistake, you missed an opportunity, a huge opportunity. Lindsey, I still don't think people understand the fact that 8% of every dollar bet by anyone through MGM across the nation is bet on the Lions to win the Super Bowl. You can drive that home.
But everybody else seems to believe more in the Lions than the Lions fans.
Maybe that's the case.
They've never felt this scorn before. They've never felt the pain we felt. They don't know what it's like to not see a playoff victory your entire life.
Gypsniz says if they beat the Chiefs and lost to Seattle, the question of it just being a situation where they beat a team on a championship hangover and yet came back to reality, losing to Geno Smith. But Gypsniz, I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about the generic NFL football fan in Reno, Nevada, that's going to watch with his buddies, that get together because it's the first NFL game. You know how that works. People will say, man, the Lions are for real. Because then you fall back into, I guess, league, being anonymous in the league again nationally the next week when you play your 1 o'clock game against Seattle. You can lose, but you have this shot to have fans across the country say it's legit.
Some may say you only have one shot.
That's right.
You cannot miss your chance.
No.
To blow. Yeah. Mom spaghetti.
Mom spaghetti, man.
Yeah.
Maybe Eminem should take him out of the tunnel, too.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That would be dope. That was pretty cool this weekend,
Yeah.
by the way.
That was.
Yeah. So that was maybe David Mentier says, either way, I'm hammering Detroit +7. Take him on the money line, David.
Yeah.
Get over 2-1.
Be a man.
Be a man about it. Don't be like Jeff
with the B.
Iafrate.
Yeah.
Jeff Iafrate was running from the B to go take the Lions +7.
Yeah. True.
Take the Lions straight up.
JB was sitting at the table making the money line bet.
Squared up.
Yeah.
Because that's JB's move, man. That's how he operates. Jeff Iafrate needs a guardian when it comes to bees.
He definitely does. He needs a guardian for that hair as well. And Guardian Alarm can protect it because Guardian Alarm offers you customized solutions from real experts. Their professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They also have 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call them anytime, day or night, and know a Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. And, of course, they have technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology. It's been proven to work, and people who have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800.
Stay out.
That's 1-800.
Stay out.
And let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
Okay, let's talk through all these golf events that you have coming up.
Gabby, I'm glad you asked. Got my calendar right here. July 17th at Red Run, and then July 31st, I have the American Golf outing for the Cancer Society.
I also have the American Cancer Society golf outing on the 31st, and also I got yours on the 18th, but
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna be. I'm gonna
Boys, these are a lot of events and golf outings.
Well, you want me to miss my own golf tournament?
Gabby, they're all great colors.
I mean, this
okay.
is
Hold on. I got this. Guys, I got this. Don't worry about it. Hold on a second.
He always.
Hey guys, how are you? Remember the guys from Randy Wise, right? Sir. The Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour.
Watch for the eye.
It's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour. Some of the biggest names in Michigan sports, and some, well, not so much. Brought to you in part by Premier Security Solutions, Fairway Packing Company, and Swiss Insurance. Watch episodes at woodwardsports.com.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal, Ruhl, Lindsey, Hunter, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter here with you. Woodward Sports will be out here at Oakland Hills for the American Cancer Society golf outing. We'll be here all day long. Morning Woodward show was here. Jeff Iafrate was here running from bees. One singular bee, too, not like a lot of them or anything like that. That was pretty comical. But it's been a good show so far. Remember, subscribe to the Big D Energy podcast, iTunes, Spotify, Spreaker, whatever your preferred podcast flavor is. Lindsey, and I got off on the tangent about the Lions-Chiefs game again. And one of these comments came across the woodwardsports.com chat thread. And just so you guys know, it's an instant trigger for me. It is. And because it backs up what I'm talking about the Chiefs game and the opportunity that it represents. Real Cream of Wheat, who is a valued member of the Big D Energy community, valued member. I vibe with him or her, certainly. Respect their contributions. But Real Cream of Wheat said, oh, the refs hate Detroit. It's a fact. I'm not accepting that. I'm not accepting that in less than 6 weeks. There's no moral victories. There's no, oh, we got screwed. Because let me let you in on how this is going to work, everybody. And if I'm able to let you in on it, I think the Lions know this too. There will be a hands-to-the-head call in favor of Mahomes at some point. There will be. No doubt. There will be a couple of sketch penalties called. You know this going in. You know that they're getting their Super Bowl rings. You know Patrick Mahomes is a face of the NFL. You know he's Sam Flannel's favorite player in the history of sports. You know this all going in, and guess what? Don't care. Got to be better.
Don't care.
Got to be better than that flag. Got to be better than the Chiefs. To win by 2, you got to be 7 points better. Lindsey, did you guys sit there when you were getting ready to play the Lakers with Kobe and Shaq for the NBA championship, where I believe you guys were a 5-1 underdog in the series? There's some crazy, like the Lakers are like minus 875 or something like that. Nobody gave you a chance to win. Were you sitting there saying, well, the refs are against us, man? That's going to be tough. No, you go take it.
No, we didn't give a damn about the refs. The refs were against us all the time, so we were used to that. We kind of embraced it.
Right.
We embraced it. So we were like, we're going to kick your ass anyway. The refs, no refs, playground, fighting, however you want to do it, we're going to win. And that's the attitude you have to have. You know, dude, the best quarterbacks in the NFL always get protected. You knew if you came
100%.
Close to Tom Brady and you fell near his ankle, they were going to drop a flag. If your hand swiped his face mask, flag. Same thing with Patrick Mahomes. You know.
It's happening.
Yes.
It will happen.
That's going to happen.
I do not accept that, Lindsey. I do not accept that as, well, we would have won except for that flag. You want this? You want this shine? You want a division championship, playoff stuff like that? This comes with it, and you got to find a way. It's almost like we're predetermined to this happening and it's going to be good enough. No, if things are different, you win these games.
Dude, you have to. You have to go in. I haven't seen one championship team that gave excuses. Like, it didn't matter. Like, we don't give a damn. We want this so bad. You know, you have to be almost like sitting there like, I'm willing to die for this. Like, that's your attitude. And until you embrace that type of attitude, then you're going to make excuses. The refs don't matter. We don't give a damn about the refs. Yeah, they can cheat us all they want to. Don't matter. We're going in here to win.
And that's it. I want that out there. And I don't know why it triggers me so much, man.
Because we hear it. You hear it so much.
I do, man. And I'm getting tired of it, dude, already.
Don't like us. Well, I don't like the refs. I haven't met a ref that – well, I did like Joey Crawford because he was just funny to me. But I didn't like no refs. I think they all, pieces of crap. But that – who cares? You go out and play, and you got to be better.
Yeah, maybe I'm asking for trouble with this, but maybe I should have Spencer Raxter kind of psychoanalyze me through this. Maybe this is a mistake on my part. I don't know. Spencer, what's your assessment of my attitude about this? For real.
No, I'm with you. You can't use it as an excuse. You know it's going to happen. You got to go out there and take care of business anyways. It's like Lindsey said, it's like going up against Tom Brady. You know he's going to get the calls. You know he's going to get the flags. It's what happens. You got to go out there and take it. Pause.
Take it. Like, go, because it's not going to be offered to you. You have to go take it.
Right.
And if you are truly Super Bowl material, division championship material, then you find a way to go take it. Again, guys, every week of the NFL works in a vacuum. I'm already calling for them to lose the Chargers game. It's just the way the schedule sets up, because no one goes undefeated, and you're going to lose games along the way, but not that first one. That one's different. In the end, does it count the same? Yes, it counts the same, except for this one. I feel like Wayne Fonts right now. I treat every player the same, differently, which I treat every game the same, differently. This Chiefs game is different, man, and I'm getting all fired up again.
Yeah, but look, I think this season is different for the Lions. I think every aspect of this year is different. And that's why I'm always constantly on here telling you guys should be fired up about being able.
But you're not getting that feeling, are you?
What do you mean?
Like
that you guys are fired up about?
Yeah,
no, I don't. Everybody's like spin mode. They're traumatized from their past, and they're like, I'm never gonna say the S word.
Lindsey, I've never seen a playoff win in my life.
See?
But
what you got to lose?
Yeah, it's heartbreak.
You've had it all your life.
Exactly. So this girl's different.
No, just go for it.
This girl's different.
No,
I don't want to rush things.
They're all different
Look how
until
pretty
they're not.
Memo, look how pretty she is.
Yeah, I know, right? She's
Look at how
so
pretty she is.
Everybody's talking about her.
Yeah. And she wants to go out with me.
Yeah, it's different.
They're all different until they're not.
This is going to work.
I'm not going to say I love you already.
I love you.
Yeah, but I do.
I just don't. I'm not going to make it. I can tell this already. Just like the amount of emotion I've spent already, just off being triggered from one person's comment about it. I'm not going to. I don't have 6 weeks of this in me. I feel like Jeff Iafrate right now, running from a bee. Like it's just, I'm not going to make it, Lindsey. Dude. I can't get this emotional about it, but I am. I do not accept that. I don't accept the refs are against us. I don't accept that. Win this game.
See, you guys are so emotionally tactful when it comes to that one game, right? Like you're like all in.
With this one, yes. With this one, yes.
Why is it segmented? Why is it this
because
one?
Of what's on the Lindsey. Maybe I still don't think you understand. Because of what's on the line for us as Lions fans.
I get the ramifications of that, how that game could look if the Lions go in and pop KC game one. So let's just say, hypothetically, if they go in and pop KC game one, are we coming back here and everybody's going to be like, Super Bowl, baby?
Oh, you know they are.
No, I'm saying you guys. Forget them.
I won't.
It'll be more believable to me. Will it be more believable to you?
Yes.
That's
Still
it.
not going to put my house on it.
So are you scared?
Yes.
Scared, not stoked.
Scared for a Super Bowl? Yes. Yes. The stoked, not scared argument was for division championship and playoff.
Oh, now
it was not Super Bowl aspirations.
Okay, no.
Could it happen? Yes. Do I think it's going to happen? Probably not. Am I going to bet on it to happen? Definitely not.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Paul Thomas. Lindsey, are you kidding? We'll be saying 4 Super Bowls in a row if the Lions beat the Chiefs. Can we WoodwardSports.com chat pull it? Super Bowl championship. Stoked, not scared? ? Stoked, scared.
Man, definitely.
Are you stoked or scared? I want to see where the people are in the streets.
Yeah, but
I feel like we did this one like at the end of the season.
And everyone was
all fired up.
Exactly.
But it's getting real right now, man.
That's when you got to buckle up. Come on, man. It's Super Bowl or bust. I don't want to hear this. Division win the division. Super Bowl or bust. Go all in, Spinny.
No.
Eric Brenner in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Neal is micro-analyzing this game like the season hinges on it. Go over the whole 17 games, not just opening night. Eric, I think you're missing my point, man. There is something available to you in week 1 that will not be available to you again until the playoffs. Is that a better way to put it? Is that more simplistic?
Yeah. Because even like Thanksgiving, it's...
Monday night against the Raiders, not the same.
Yeah.
You win that one, not the same. You win Thanksgiving, not the same. Any other game on the schedule, it's not the same.
That's fair.
I don't think I'm wrong with this, man.
I think you. I definitely understand what you're saying. I understand the impact that this game would have on them nationally, and I think that makes sense. But it's still. So if they don't win it, I still think that you should be okay with like, hey, we're still gonna go try to get to the Super Bowl. I don't give a damn about that one game. Like, yeah, we won or we lost, whatever. I think you got to think bigger, man. You got to think bigger. You got to be able to put it on the line and be like, hey, we're going for it. Like, I'm not just going for, I'm going for it all.
Eric in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. So good showing, regardless of a win, doesn't mean anything, Neal. Exactly, Eric.
Yeah, no.
It means nothing. Win or doesn't mean anything. It's just a loss. So Eric, we're past this now, man.
Right, you are. So then getting to the playoffs, no, let's get to the Super Bowl. It means nothing.
Winning a playoff game means something.
Oh, it means something to me, man.
No, that's it exactly, Eric. Close losses means nothing. It means nothing to good football teams. It means nothing to division champions. It means nothing to teams that win playoff games. It means nothing. In or out, man. Like, that's where it is. Can you imagine me Thursday? In 5 weeks and change. Can you imagine me doing that show preview for that game? I'll have 4 sentences to say for 2 hours. That's it. Jeff, I'm afraid he feels the danger is too great, and he is leaving the compound right now. There is a bee. There's one bee floating around, so he is leaving.
That's what he said?
It was sarcasm, but okay.
Damn. Got too hot in the kitchen for him. Makes sense. Makes sense. And what else makes sense? Shopping at Dispo.
Yeah.
Because, if you're Jeff, you need to relax your mind after this very, very traumatizing day with bees chasing him. He can go to the Dispo and get something for that. Because you can brace yourself for an unforgettable journey at the pinnacle of cannabis excellence. Of course, the 2 locations that we are always at, the one in Romeo, Michigan, located at 100 Schaefer Drive, Romeo, or they got one down in Hazel Park. And, of course, they have over 12 locations with their new location in Whitmore Lake. Make sure you guys go check them out. They got everything you need when it comes to your cannabis using experience. It is Dispo, your local cannabis plug.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Goff, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy, better sleep, blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal, Ruhl, Lindsey, Hunter, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter, live at Oakland Hills, the American Cancer Society golf outing, and we're chopping it up. It's heavy football pretty much from here on out, guys. We'll as news breaks, we'll break in, I guess you could say. I know the Major League Baseball trade deadline is tomorrow. Looking for the Tigers to move some pieces, acquire more prospects because the dream is dead, as we saw, and really we saw that all season long. I kept hearing about how they were in it, and every first of the month they were 6 games back. So but that's fine. That we weren't expecting a ton. You got a little more value out of the season than you thought you might have. But we'll look to see what the next move is for Scott Harris and for the Detroit Tigers. But it's heavy Lions and what we're getting into now. And Spemo had this, and I wanted to get to this on Friday because I think it's a great discussion. But it's something I wanted to touch on today because it is a great question. Spemo asked it and said, who will be the James Houston of this year's draft? And I think there's a pretty stock answer that people will come up with. And I guess this would probably be a better question for Broder because he's out there at camp. Right. And I don't have the answer. Maybe you guys do. But for me, Lindsey, I'm on that Broderick Martin train. as far as the James Houston things go. And there won't be as many measurables. What has Broder talked about that at all? Like what they've seen from Broderick Martin, what's been going on or anything?
I mean, he's big. He's holding up space on the inside. He's doing what he needs to do.
Bingo.
And yeah, I was there on Saturday, and he made some pads thump for sure.
There we go. And Lindsey, I think he could be the guy. Now, it'll be difficult to qualify it because there aren't going to be, 12 sacks in 11 games or, crazy numbers like that. But make no mistake, you need maybe they thought they got their Jalen Carter, their space eater in the middle. Maybe they thought they did. I don't know. But you'll know, if teams don't have a 300-yard rushing half, then you'll know.
I don't think that's going to happen again. I think I definitely we, need that position filled. We need a space eater. We need somebody that can clog that middle and not let gaping holes start happening every single damn play. 300 yards and a half. I mean, I could have ran through some of those blocks, bro. So we definitely can't have that. And there'll always be a guy, I think, that's off the radar, like Houston was. Nobody really expected him to jump on the scene and have the type of impactful year that he had. And we're even looking for bigger and better things from my Jackson State alum.
That's right.
So had to throw that
true.
in there. Yeah. So hopefully, we do get that from him. Hey, we welcome it, right?
Yeah. Spencer, what do you got on that whole discussion?
I mean, would I love to see it be Broderick Martin? Yes. Would I love to see it be Brian Branch? I don't know. He was a little early. All of these guys that were drafted later and later in the draft, I don't know if we're going to have a James Houston or a Malcolm Rodriguez this year because you don't have those gaping holes where these 5th, 6th round picks will be getting started.
You're saying the old Neal Ruhl usage play.
Yeah, now you have actual dudes in there. You got legitimate NFL players in there, so you're not going to need 5th or 6th round guys to push their way into the starting lineup.
True.
Like Antoine Green could be a case. Like if he gets hot in camp because they're missing J-Mo, maybe he gets some minutes, maybe he gets some snaps here and there, but I think with the actual talent they have on the roster and the depth of the spots, you're not going to see a 5th or 6th round pick go out there and put out a performance like a James Houston or a Malcolm Rodriguez did last year.
Ryan in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread says, shout out Jackson, Mississippi. So there's that one out there, Lindsey, for you as well. But I forgot, Spemo, yes, you were out at training camp on Saturday. You were supposed to give the Spencer Raxter breakdown.
Yeah.
What do you got, man?
I mean, it was fun, man. It was a lot of fun. I'm not saying Brown didn't drop anything. He was making plays. He had one where it was just one-on-one drills, and Nate Sudfeld tossed the ball up to him, and he looked this way and then had to turn back, recover over his other shoulder, made the catch, pulled it down. It was beautiful. Jared Goff threw a couple ugly ducks. I will say that. I'm not even trying to hate. It was not a good look, but the defense looked great, man. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson was out there chirping. He was chirping in the 50% drills that they were doing before they did down-ups. He was out there talking shit when they're just doing walkthroughs. I love it. I love to see that. I remember at one point the kickers went out there and they did like field goals from 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. And so the defense and the offense were just like waiting on the sideline, and Cam Sutton grabbed Tracy Walker, and they started doing sideline to sideline like suicides. Just like by themselves, they just walked over there and started doing it. And I saw C.J. Gardner-Johnson like slap Kirby on the back of the helmet, and they ran over there and did it with him. And I thought that was pretty cool.
Riley Patterson, the 1K, one kicker.
Yeah. I don't know. John Parker Romo. John Parker Romo is getting a lot of love.
I feel like if you have 3 names, you should be a good kicker.
Yeah, that's true.
In relation to Tony Romo?
I don't believe so. They are of no relation. That's a good theory, though, right, Lindsey? If you have 3 names, you're probably a good kicker.
I'm not that into kickers.
Maz is all in on kicker battle.
I know, man. Kickers. I've seen guys that didn't play football go become great kickers. Like guys,
it happens, man.
That's a good hustle, though. I ain't mad at it.
Oh, for sure.
Great hustle. You can go make a couple mil kicking.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. People getting their thoughts out there as well. EFOG says, I dig Sorsdahl. I hope that he crushes. Do Do you have a Colby Sorsdahl report, Spencer?
Yeah, actually.
Really? Get out of here. You do not.
I do, because Penei Sewell was sitting out the day that I was there because the concussion or the headache or whatever he was dealing with. So Colby got some reps in the lineman drills. And, I mean, he's going up against Hutchinson. He went up against Houston. He went up against Romeo. He was holding his own for a couple times, but Hutch looks like a fucking monster. Like, he looks good. He's big. His legs were looking toned. Like, the guy looks like he's ready for a 13.5 sack season. And the other thing, Jack Campbell does not look like a rookie. He was standing next to Aiden Hutchinson, and they were like the same size.
They look the same?
Yeah. I was like, bro, that's impressive.
That usually tells a story, Lindsey, right? The body usually tells a story.
Dude, you can tell when somebody's been at it all summer. When a guy comes back and they look different, you're like, oh, okay. It's one of those seasons. You know, it's
Hutch looked way bigger than he looked last year.
Yeah.
Okay. I like to hear it. Man, Spenmo, I like your training camp reports, man.
Thank you.
How was the experience? Were people hype out there?
Yeah, people were hyped. Had a lot of fans walk up to me and dab me up and stuff, and they're really excited about what's going on. There was a lot of people there. It was a lot of fun. Had a real good glizzy. This homemade cherry lemonade too. The glizzy I had, it was called the Piggly Wiggly.
Okay.
It was a hot dog with mac and cheese, pulled pork, and barbecue sauce on it.
Oh my God!
Fire.
Oh my God!
Really?
Yeah, it was really good.
It's full service out there at Lions Training Camp, man. And you can tell it, too, because Spencer's got that Spenmo look on his face. You know what I'm like, that smile.
It was a great glizzy.
Well, he was describing that glizzy, buddy.
He went to a different level.
Top tier glizzy for sure.
Okay.
Oh, man.
All right. Everybody calm down. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. And Wyatt Bear says the lines were long for food.
They were.
Okay.
And I just had the one glizzy, sound kayak. Just the one glizzy.
Well, because it had mac and cheese
and pulled pork.
That's a meal. That's not a glizzy.
It was really good.
Yeah, that's a
look at his face.
It was a good glizzy, man. Top tier. Top tier for sure. I forget the name of the food truck, but they did a good job.
Yeah.
And I got this Michigan cherry lemonade that was really good too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sound Kayak says sounds delicious. So, all right. Hey, ADIZ411. That's heart attack food. It is, but you look, I'll get in on that once.
Here for
if
a
I'm
good
out
time,
there.
not a long time.
But even me, like I'll do it once, I'll go out there and smash on that. I'll have a glizzy with some mac and cheese and some pulled pork. I'll try it one. I probably won't eat the rest of the day.
Yeah.
But
that's a lot, man.
It is a lot.
I went home and took a nap. I was out. Got knocked out for like 4 hours.
Spencer Raxter's training camp report, everybody. Look forward to that. But no, it is. It's interesting to see, and Broderick Martin seems to be that guy. I do like that report there because that's all I'm looking for, Lindsey. And Brad Holmes was in on this guy, went and got this guy, and that's what I saw, man. Just for the old heads out there, almost kind of like a Jerry Ball type dude.
If he's like that, Jerry Ball, he was a monster.
Space eater,
yes,
bro.
Monster.
Space eater. So I am. He's the one, low key. Like, I know that we're going to talk about Campbell and Laporta, and people are expecting some big things out of Branch. Broderick Martin, though, if this is going to be like the quote unquote typical Brad Holmes draft, where it's like a home run style draft, it'll be because of Broderick Martin. What do you got, Spenmo?
I just got a text from Broder. He said, Broderick had another huge day. Aaron Glenn talked in his presser about the media slowing their roll on Broderick getting first-team reps. But if I'm going to be honest with you, I kind of think it was smoke. Broderick was out there with the first team most of the day, and every time they're in a 5-down lineman set with Aleem on his left and Kamish on his right, started off in team
he's
drills.
2 yards in, I bet, right?
Yeah. Started off in team drills with a big stuffing of Jahmyr Gibbs in the backfield. He said, don't worry, Gibbs got up immediately. And then TBD if he starts opening night, but he's definitely going to be a big factor on the defense early.
There you have it.
There's your James Houston, everybody. There, it was just settled. There's your James Houston for this year. But something that they need, man. Again, no 300-yard rushing halves this year. That's my goal.
What?
Happened, bro.
It only happened once.
Shout out to Matt Broder.
Happened in the Matt Broder's out there doing it up. WoodwardSports.com, by the way. You want to see what's going on out there and everything like that, jump over to the website. Lindsey, it happened in the biggest game of the year. It happened, bro. Like, I'm as hyped up as the next guy, but that did happen.
Yeah, it happened, but it was just one time. That was an anomaly. That wasn't,
But it was an anomaly at the very worst time. So
I'll tell you what, like I said, when they started doing, because we went, they had pads. I know they didn't do pads on Sunday, but on Saturday they had pads, and they were doing full tilt.
Like, it was all business.
Ones versus ones up and down the field. And David Montgomery got a handoff, and he hit a wall. You heard him hit Broderick Martin. It was the loudest pop of the day, and he was sitting on his ass. It was the guy is a big man, and you cannot block him with a single person. You cannot. Even when it's Frank Ragnow going one-on-one with Broderick Martin.
Oh?
You cannot block him with a single person.
Easy, but we got to go to the break, man. This table's starting to shift over here, bro.
He is a force. I'm just saying. He's a big boy. He is a big boy.
Lindsey, look at your water, man.
I see, man.
How are we just getting to this now?
Spinmo was saving the best for last. And you guys still aren't stoked about the Super Bowl. Killer. Don't understand it. All this good information, all this positive hype.
I was all worried about Pacheco last week when we did our breakdown of the game. Not anymore. Now he's 5 carries for -2 yards.
Yeah. Yeah, and CJ Gardner-Johnson put Pacheco down in the Super Bowl.
That's right. And now Broderick Martin's going to squish him.
He's a big man.
I love it.
Big boy.
You could probably see him at Strawberry Fest because it's at Big Boy right now. Classic breakfast items like the strawberry hotcakes or the mouth-watering red velvet waffle. But if you're not a breakfast person, that's okay. Strawberry bacon chicken wrap for lunch. What about a refreshing summer splash salad? And don't forget about dessert. That's the reason there is a Strawberry Fest, because of strawberry pie, the OG, the one and only, the creator of the Strawberry Fest. If you're more designer, get some deep-fried vanilla Oreos. Yes, I saw that bee kind of come by us right there, Lindsey. But I keep it pushing because that's the way I operate, because I'm telling the people about Strawberry Fest at Big Boy. Strawberry hot fudge cake, that's out there in play for you as well. Make sure you get to Strawberry Fest at your local Big Boy today.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Your childhood may be over, but playtime is not. Outdoor Equipment Company's your source for outdoor power equipment, sales, service, and parts, carrying top brands such as Bad Boy, LS Tractor, Steel, and more, servicing the Great Lakes region with locations in Metro Detroit and Greater Lansing. For more information, visit us at OutdoorEquipCo.com. Outdoor Equipment Company, your power equipment playground.
Coming on the stretch here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Lindsey Hunter, Sam Flannel, Spencer Rasher. The entire Woodward crew is out here today. We're live at Oakland Hills Country Club, the American Cancer Society golf outing, one of the preeminent golf courses in America, right here in Michigan. Spencer Rasher, last time I did this, I really got excited. What do you got?
Yeah, you're not going to be excited this time.
Okay.
So the top 100 list continues to roll out, and the top 50 is Cam Jordan, Patrick Surtain, Hassan Reddick, Cooper Kupp, C.J. Mosley, Cam Hayward, Jalen Waddle, Demario Davis, Kirk Cousins, and Lane Johnson.
Well,
so it looks like Penei Sewell is probably not going to be on this list.
Oh, then that list is trash. And it was created by somebody who clearly doesn't understand what's going on.
It's voted on by the players.
Still trash.
Still trash.
It's a trash list.
I agree. If Penei Sewell's not on it, and if Trevor Lawrence is 96,
they're biased against the younger players. That's what I'm going to hang my hat on there. Or they hate Detroit, one of the two.
Yeah.
Do they hate Detroit? It's a combination of the two.
Yep.
Trash list. Uncle Neal soft feet agrees. Gave the trash emoji on there. So there's that.
Yeah, Frank isn't on it either. Well, he hasn't been yet. Neither is C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
If Lane Johnson's there,
yeah,
who's ahead of Lane Johnson?
You're not putting Penei Sewell ahead of Lane Johnson.
Yeah. So that's it. That's all. Whatever, man. WoodwardSports.com chat, the real cream of wheat. The refs were voting on that list. That was a good one. Real quick, Lindsey, since you're here, and I'm just going to take a couple minutes on it right now. I didn't get your thoughts. The Monte Morris move for the Pistons. There is no room at the inn at the guard spot anymore. The guard spot has become very crowded.
And competitive.
How does this going to impact it? Real quick, since you're here.
I don't know what their plans are, but getting Monte Morris and getting Sasser.
Yes. With Jaden Ivey, with Kate
Killian.
Okay, Spencer's going to come out and ask you.
Say, Spence?
Well, see you later, Killian Hayes. Have fun in Shanghai.
Damn.
That's cruel.
Yeah.
He's going to be throwing lobs to Dwight Howard in a couple months.
Damn.
Yeah, it's
break it down, Lindsey.
It's man. I of course I love Morris, and I'm a huge Sasser fan. Like I think that kid is. I think that kid will be a starter somewhere. Eventually, that's how high I am on him.
Okay.
So there's not room. There's no room for everybody. So I'm sure the Pistons are, probably looking at ways to trade him or make some type of move to put him somewhere where he can possibly help another team. But who knows? Who knows what is happening in that? But I know somebody is not going to be happy, and somebody is going to have to be moved.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Jack Harrington. Killian will be playing in Beijing for the Guangdong Tigers.
Yes.
Well, my guy Kay Felder will be handing out work over there then to everybody.
Look, everybody thought what's the guy that from Memphis that's in Houston now? They thought he would be in Shanghai. He got $80 million.
That is true. that is true. That is the way that it worked. But yeah, I want to take a couple seconds to get your thoughts on it. Monte Morris, because we were talking about vets, right?
Yes.
Like earlier with the roster. Monte Morris looks like an intentional move by the Pistons.
He's a super high-quality NBA player, like starter material. He's a legitimate starting point guard in the league. And if you can have that type of guy that's probably going to come off the bench for us, and, he can play off the ball, he can play point guard. He's a true point guard, but he can play off the ball as well. So valuable, man. And he's going to help those guys develop as well as help the team.
Mm-hmm.
Help the team win.
Right here, right now, if you had to peg like a minute assignment for Monte Morris.
Man,
because you got Sasser in the, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's going to be tough.
It'll grow as the season goes on, probably.
I think it'll develop. I think, Monty will kind of see where he fits. But he's going to play a lot. He's going to play a lot because he's going to, be at both positions, the 1, the 2. And I think they got a lot of interchangeable guys. So you got Sasser who can play on or off the ball. Jaden Ivey can do the same. All those guys are really interchangeable. So I'm excited about the guard play, man. We got some really good guards, and it's going to be fun.
Shad 216, Sasser most likely starting out in the G League. And I don't know about that, man.
I can't see that happening. Maybe I just don't see him being a G League. I can see him playing.
I will say this too about like the guys like Sasser. It almost kind of is a disservice to his development to go to the G League because what's he going to do? Go give everybody 30 in the G League? Like what does that do for him?
Nothing, because he
as opposed to go against Monte Morris at practice,
right? And learning that I have a role. Like, I have a role on this team that I can slowly develop into whatever I'm going to be, you know, if I'm going to be a dynamic point guard, which I think he's capable of.
Steve Wild says Holmes' late third-round pick will be a better defensive tackle than everybody wanted at 6. And, Steve, I'll say pump the brakes on that for a second, but I will say this. If he's 75% or 80% of Jalen Carter and you got him in the third round, that's how you build winning teams.
Yep, that's a win.
Because the math works.
Right.
It's not just it's not just in absolutes all the time. There's some it gets a little bit more granular than that. The reason the Lions are good now is because Brad Holmes has a ton of guys who produce more than they're paid in a salary cap league. Right. If I had to explain it in one sentence, why are the Lions better? Brad Holmes has drafted more guys that produce more than they play, more than they're paid, than anybody else in the league in the last 3 years. That's why they're good.
That's fair.
That's it. That's all. Wow, that was pretty cool. That'd be a good tweet, as a matter of fact. But we certainly will get to it. When we come back, we will wrap this thing up. Sam Flannel, tell them about our friends at Swiss Insurance.
Absolutely. And are you planning or sponsoring a golf outing this year? Ask Swiss Insurance about hole-in-one putting contest and $1 million shootout coverage. For a very affordable amount, you could give away a huge prize like $10,000 or a new car. Help build your business with big ideas. Check out Swiss today, swissins.com, or call Mark at 248-800-4177. Again, that is 248-800-4177, Swiss Insurance.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Goff, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Gabby is a college student struggling to study for her big exam. Then, she discovered Syntron, a healthy way for her to stay awake and focus. Jennifer frequently has chaotic days like this until she gets online, orders some Syntron, and finds her groove. April visited her local grocery store, purchased a case of Syntron, and entered to win the Syntron 100K Vegas giveaway. Pick up your case of Syntron today at any Meijer location or visit drinksyntron.com/Vegas and enter for the 100K Vegas giveaway.
Final segment of the show. We're live at Oakland Hills American Cancer Society golf outing. Big D Energy, Neal Ruhl, Lindsey Hunter, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter here with you. Lots of talk in the woodwardsports.com chat thread. Lots of talk about what language they speak in China. That spurred the whole Spencer Raxter, Killian Hayes going to China. We found out during the break, Spencer Raxter actually took Mandarin, 2 years of Mandarin,
2 years of Mandarin
in high school.
I did.
What do you got? What do you got left from that?
I know my name was Dai Ping Meng. I know Ni Hao Ma means hi, how are you?
Oh, we learned that watching Rush Hour.
That's fair.
Come on.
Wo Bu Ji Dao means I understand. Ni Jian Chen Hao Ma means how's your day going? And yeah, that's all I got.
That's all you got?
Yeah.
But you're prepared to help if somebody needs it.
Yeah. Me and my friend, we were talking about going to China and just saying Wo Bu Ji Dao to everybody. So, like, whatever they say to us, just be like, I understand, and then they get all confused because we don't actually understand, but we're saying I understand.
Okay. Benjamin Foe says he wants you to call Brandon Katz dumb in Mandarin.
I don't remember that one.
I think a quick trip to Google Translate could,
Yep, that's fair.
could do that.
Oh, man.
So, yeah. But yeah, final segment of the show here, kind of wrapping things up. We've gone heavy football. We will continue to go heavy football. Tomorrow is August. You got any questions for anybody here at Woodward? Fire those off in the chat as well. And Brandon Katz says Dabber took Mandarin instead of English. That's why he's illiterate. Brandon Katz was trained as a lawyer. So don't be violent, man. Don't be violent, everybody. In the chat thread. Rusty Shackelford, the Lions are Super Bowl bound. So
who said that?
Rusty Shackelford says
Let's go, Rusty.
All right,
you got
Rusty.
it. There's jump on board.
Pump the brakes a little bit, Rusty.
Be early, Rusty. Be early to the bus, not late.
Eric Brenner says, I disagree with Neal about the Chiefs game, but respect his opinion. Eric, that's how I feel about you as well. I disagree with your assessment, but I respect your opinion. Right. I appreciate you tapping into the show, my friend. Absolutely. I value everybody that checks out the show. But yeah, so again, Lindsey, you kind of break this thing down. We're going to be going football. It's football time, man.
Hey, the best time of the year when sports starts back. Right now we're a little dry. It's a little dry.
Makes my job so much easier.
Yeah, well, Tigers trade deadline tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're going to talk some Tigers. Is that fair? It's I believe we owe that, right? It's fair.
I don't think we owe the Tigers anything.
What are you talking about? They're contenders.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Tried to tell you guys, but you guys wanted to get all wrapped up anyway.
All I know is if Scott Harris somehow moves Javi Baez,
can't.
Build him a statue.
Oh, okay, fair. Yeah. As I like to say, if he's able to move Javi Baez, put him up on that thing in Brazil.
Yeah.
Like up at the top of that mountain. Yeah. Just Scott Harris up there like
favela Jesus.
Yeah. And then have take the drone shot of the drone coming up and spinning around it. There is actually no way. We're getting some reports. Tiger Town, El Mago is in fact not back. I was told he was. Remember that flannel?
He is most certainly not back.
He is most certainly not back.
He never was.
Never was.
He never had his car.
He was never here. Be here to get back.
Opening day, maybe he was here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Opening day last year.
Opening day last year. Yes. Opening day last year.
Jack Harrington, Tigers and Yankees are both poo.
Yankees suck. So do the Mets. How about? Would you rather be the Tigers or the Mets?
Rather be the Mets.
At least the Mets went for it.
Yeah, at least I had hope.
Yeah.
They're still going for it, though. By the way, did you see what the Mets did in that trade with Texas?
Yeah, it took a lot. Texas only gets to pay like $22 million or something like
that. They
took
a ton of the salary so they could get a good prospect.
Yeah. Man, that's so smart. Wish we did that. And yes, Taylor Shantz, I did see the new Spartan helmets and jerseys, and they're pretty fucking sick, not going to lie.
Really?
Yeah, they're really dope.
We got to have that discussion. Speaking of that, I'm glad that we're not going to get into it now because we don't have enough time. I was told the recruiting class. I was told it was this year.
Yeah.
By you.
Yeah.
You told me these things.
Yeah, and then Keon Coleman left.
So we're off it?
I mean, I think they'll get 6-7 wins.
So you expect a bowl game this
I expect
year?
A bowl game, yeah. For sure.
Okay.
I mean, you got baked-in losses there, like Ohio State, Michigan, probably Penn State. But we play Penn State tough every year, so I'm not going to say it's a baked-in loss, but
I don't think Michigan's a baked-in loss either.
I do.
It'll depend on the start.
Night game in East Lansing.
If they can catch a break in the first quarter.
I don't think they caught a break in the first quarter last year, and we saw how that ended.
Yeah, but
Michigan was a second half team all year last year.
Yeah, they were at Michigan though, so and that place turns into a pit. I'm not calling for people to throw batteries at people. I'm saying just turns into East Lansing at night. Now you guys will lose at the end, I'm sure, in classic Spartan fashion. But it's true. It's true. I'm sorry.
It's fair.
But when we get into college football, Spemo, we got to revisit it.
All I know is I really want to see who's the starter. It's probably gonna be Noah Kim, but I just think Caden Hauser's more talented. But Noah Kim's been here longer, so he'll probably get to start the season. But I wouldn't be surprised if Caden Hauser took it over.
Legendary Dad, how many gold jackets has Brad drafted already? I count 2.
3. I got 3.
Who's your third?
Hutch.
Fair.
Hutch, Amaran, Penne.
Penne, the biggest lock out of all of them.
Yeah, it's criminal that he's not going to make that top 100 list. That actually pisses me off.
Yep, absolutely. All right, that'll do it. Hey, the final words here, right? 2 to 4?
2 to 4.
Live here from Oakland Hills Country Club, site of the American Cancer Society golf outing. So for Lindsey Hunter, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter, and the rest of the Woodward crew, my name is Neal Ruhl. Thanks for tapping in. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Well, see you later.
Peace.